Is Post Malone a
Is
baby daddy?
Post Malone a baby daddy?
Post Malone is a proud girl dad. Ooh, there it goes. Bye-bye.
Well, that makes sense why he lost weight, because he had a daughter.
Yep. He had to lose all that baby
and
weight.
the other thing is Post Malone is such a wholesome dude, and he's just like, I really don't think he'd get wrapped up in all that.
So he does some drugs.
Right,
He
but
smokes some weed and he does shrooms.
Yeah, but I don't think he'd get wrapped up in the whole, like...
Yeah, I don't think so either. I hate that people jump to, and I get it, because we've lost a lot of great artists to drug addiction, and it can come on and get anybody. And he already looks like the worst drug addict ever.
He's like the nicest guy in the world.
I know. My dad likes Post Malone.
He
Not
looks
his
like
music.
he looks like he spent 20 years in prison, but really
I know.
he just did that because he thought it looked cool.
Right. My dad, so I was telling, he's like, oh, I know who Post Malone is. I was like, you do? How? He's like, he's a musician, right? I'm like, yeah, but how do you know who he is, but don't really know he's a musician? He's like, well, he does a lot of shows, and I've seen him on some car shows. He's like, he was really nice. I'm like, well, yeah, okay, that's true.
He's a really cool dude.
All right.
So we were talking a little bit before we started the podcast.
Yes.
All right, do you have anything to add? Or
Yeah.
you done?
Well, not add to Post Malone,
Oh, okay.
but I do have something for us to watch real quick.
Oh, you want to do that now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All right. So, yeah, pop open that video.
Which one?
The very tippity-toppity one.
Toast? Yeah, toast.
I've never heard of this guy, but Erica just put him on today. I was just like, okay.
All around the country and coast to coast. People always saying, what do you like most? I don't want to brag. I don't want to boast. I always tell them I like toast. Yeah, toast!
I've seen this.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, toast! I get up in the morning about 6 a.m.
I've never seen this
Have a
before.
little jelly, have a little jam.
It's popped up on TikTok.
Take a piece of bread, put it in the slot. Push down the lever and the wires get hot. Get
He's got our toast? No, that's a little different.
Yeah, toast!
So, all right, I think that's good.
That was a perfect time to stop it.
So I would love to contact this guy.
See if you can make our intro.
Well, I want to see if there's any recorded versions and see if we can use that to create a remix for our intro song.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
That would be awesome.
I mean, you could probably do some work to this one.
Yeah, but I don't know. He might
There's a
have
lot of
copyrights
things.
on it. It's got
Yeah.
3.1 million views and all that kind of stuff.
That's true. That's pretty sick.
So
I forgot that video even existed, to be honest.
I never knew about it. And she showed it to me. I was just like, all right, awesome. I do have one more video I want to show you.
Go ahead.
All right. You have to type in. I'm going to spell it out for you. Again, we're not going to watch the entire thing. TUTS MI or Y, either one. Or sorry, space after tuts. And then it should be that very first one. Yep, that one right there. There we go.
Does this guy always do stupid?
Oh yeah.
So, whatever country it is, they have like a karaoke booth that you can go and like record yourself singing. And so this was the first, or maybe not even the first, but this is 15 years old. But this comes into my head at least once a year, minimum
Lord.
once a year. And I have to watch it nonstop and listen to it. All right. We don't have to listen to the whole
You've
thing.
been
but-
waiting for me, I'm waiting too.
I've seen
In
this
my
before.
imagination,
Oh, have you?
I'll be all over you. I know you got that fever for me, 102. Boy, I know that feel does set my temperature through. If there's a camera up a hill, then it's gonna live with me when I do. If there's a camera up a hill, then it's best that's a flick on you too. Cause if you learn your mother, break up out of sicker rendezvous. I will hunt you down. Cause baby, I'm up in my business like a Wendy interview. But this is private between I touch my body. Put me on the floor, let's me around, play with some more. Touch my body, throw me on the bed. I just wanna make you feel like you never did. Touch my body, wrap me in my thighs, all around your waist, just a little taste. Touch my body, know you love my cup. Come on and give me what I deserve. For you can put me on your like a.
That comes into my head at least once a year.
Because he said, in that. I was watching our last podcast. Hold on, real quick. I was watching our last podcast, and guess what you didn't bleep out?
What? Man, that explains it.
And you never sent me the list.
Yeah, I know I didn't. I realized that when I was editing yesterday, and I was like, oh, I need to send that list to him. And I didn't.
And so I told Rachel the list doesn't exist. Continue.
No, it exists.
Continue.
And it's long.
Continue.
It's annoying.
Continue.
You continue.
You wanted to say something about your video.
That was it. I just wanted people to enjoy that with me. That's a video I cannot get out of my head.
Minute of my time.
I would also turn that into our theme song.
No.
If there's a camel up a hill.
No. It doesn't fit with our theme.
Sure it does.
No. It does. We don't have camels in this room?
We could.
Do we?
All right. You wanted to talk about something?
Do we have camels in this room?
Hey guys, just a little reminder, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit a like, hit subscribe, and do all that stuff. Helps us out in the algorithm. Make sure you leave a comment. If you're listening on Spotify or any of the other podcast, music, audio only platforms, that's the right way to say that. Then make sure you follow us and rate us highly so that way, it boosts us up and people can see us. No, we don't have any camels in here.
Stay dangerous, folks.
No, that's not the end of it.
You made it sound like we were ending the podcast right there. No. Because you only do that at the end.
Well, because you know what? People
fine.
need to hear it sooner.
So, since we don't have camels in this room, we talked about this a little bit before podcast. We weren't recording, and I'm kind of sad about it.
Okay.
I really like Modern Warfare 2. Been playing it for a while. Season 2 updated on Wednesday.
I wish you would have just stopped there and waited for a response. I really like Modern Warfare 2.
No, I wasn't going to wait for a response.
Okay.
So Season 2 just dropped Wednesday.
Yep. Which I still haven't played.
I sent a text to Rachel when I was at work. I said, hey, can you, because it was getting close to me getting off. I think it was like 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
I sent her a text and said, hey, can you just make sure it's updating? I want to play it when I get home. I didn't end up playing it when I get home. Pretty sad. But they've changed a lot.
Okay.
So do you know before how they would reset your level?
No.
Yeah, when you play Call of Duty, didn't it reset your level?
What do you mean reset my level? Reset what level?
Your characters level up.
Right. You progress through the prestige.
Yeah.
Up to 250.
Yep.
Did they do that in Modern Warfare 1?
And then do they reset it?
I don't know.
Didn't they reset you back down to 55 after the new season?
Oh, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just never really cared or paid attention.
They don't do that now.
Oh, okay.
So we got to level 250. We've been 250 for a while.
Yeah.
And they just added new prestige levels, and then you don't bounce back.
Well, so what I would hope they would do is instead of adding new prestige levels, unless they're actually adding something to gain from it, just give us up to 1,000.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason for us to have to worry about any of that.
Well, because we're at 250, I think the highest level now is 450. So it's really I don't even think they went to 500 with it.
Which is goofy.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it, but it's goofy.
So ranked play came out.
Okay.
And you and I are going to have to play that.
Tonight, yeah.
Sure. Well, what about Rachel?
What about her? She can play with us.
She's not going to want to play ranked play. She doesn't like multiplayer.
Multiplayer gets boring to me. I can try it though.
No, it's all right.
I will try it.
So what is in ranked play?
So ranked play is basically the same rules and the same maps that they play at the competitions. So it's teams of 4. It's 4v4. And it's all I think it's search and destroy, hard point, and then there's the other one that they always do. It might be bomb or whatever.
You're talking about it's search and destroy, hard point, and domination.
Maybe it's domination.
Yeah,
but it's 4v4 teams, and you you get placed. Obviously, it's like normal rank. You rank up. I don't know. You probably lose rank if you were bad. I can't remember.
Should be.
But as you're playing, so there's like a top 250 spot, and only like top 250, obviously. But you get like cool gear.
Only 250 people can be in the top 250 spot?
I don't know. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Or if that's just I don't know, Dan. I don't look into that much. I'm probably never going to get up there.
I will, but go on.
No, I doubt you'll ever get up there. But you get like cool like gear to tell people where you're at in the game, so like rank or whatever. And then also, if you get to the top 250, they have a special multiplayer set for you to play. Like it's normal rank, but it's only in the top 250. So everybody's in the top 250 will only play in this. They don't have to, but they could play the top 250 to see who's better.
So that's great. So I'll explain. Do you know why that's there and why it's great?
Well, yeah, it's competition for them.
Well, that's correct. But I'm talking about, so in any game, whenever people are in that top tier, it takes forever for them to find the game.
Oh, yeah, because they're trying to get placed into,
And it's trying to place them only with people at their level. I would watch Overwatch streamers who were the top in the world. And they would queue up and it'd be like 15 minutes before they would find a game. Even though for like the average Joe, you queue up and you're in a game in like a minute.
Yep.
And so that's pretty cool that they did that.
Yep. And then Warzone is eventually going to get ranked, which I am super excited for because I think that's going to be dope.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's going to be like Resurgence Island. I can't remember what it's called right now.
Well, they're coming out with a new island or a new map.
Yeah, it came out.
Oh, did it?
It's like a dojo, and I haven't. But it's like Resurgence Island. It's like it's the smaller version of Warzone. But Warzone is back. The original Warzone is back in Warzone 2.0.
So what's the biggest differences?
So you start off with a 3-plate vest.
Oh, all right.
Like you did in the original. And then you had to find the plate to add your third in. Remember, you had 3-plate vest. You only start with 2. All the loot drops to the floor now, which I found out kind of sucks. Anyway.
Yeah, I didn't like... I liked it.
Yes.
The other way.
I'm finding that out. Because when you open up the... what are they? All the first aid boxes.
Yeah.
All the stuff shoots behind you, so you just totally miss it if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, I preferred it the way that it was in Warzone 2.0. And that's why you always talked about, I'm like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
The only thing is
I'm hating it.
Well, did they fix the train?
There's 2 trains now.
Okay. Well,
I've never been on them.
Okay.
I haven't been on it. Well, I've been on the one, and it was the new one, the new train. I was able to get the boxes, they just popped to the ground, so it didn't matter. I'm not getting kicked out. Well, when you open the crates, it just pops out.
That was the whole thing. So when the train, or when Warzone 2.0 first came out, you would go on the train, and you could enter the box. I could always enter the boxes and have no issue. But then if an item dropped, it fell off the train.
Yeah,
it went through.
Anymore.
Okay, well then
I don't know if it doesn't happen on the new train. I haven't been on the original one.
Okay. So
there's 2 trains that are running around now. What else changed? Everybody has the same backpack. I don't know if I'm seeing people that have backpacks on them, but I don't know if those are just skins that carry backpacks because I haven't found a single backpack yet.
Yeah, but they're always hard to find.
Yeah, there's redeploy markers again.
Okay.
So you remember where you could pick up a redeploy token, and if you died, you might me. So they brought those back.
Okay.
Which is kind of handy.
Yeah.
And then they've just kind of changed up. Pings are much different. So pings actually show up as the color of your character now instead of just white. So like if you're green, Rachel's yellow, it'll actually show up as that color.
That's good. That's really good because there's been so many times.
Easier to see.
There's been so many times that we're like, hey, can whoever place that ping clear it?
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, well, I didn't place any pings. And then I forgot that at one point I did.
And then... what was the other thing? Oh, the boxes are louder, so you can hear them better. Because I always had issues hearing them because they were so quiet.
I never did, but...
Yeah, well, Xbox audio is different than PC audio.
Right.
And then, what else has changed that's much different? Just some balancing things. Like, there's not as much AI wandering around.
That's good.
And then, the AI aren't as powerful. Like if you're doing a stronghold,
which is also very good.
There's one more thing I was thinking of. Contracts are kind of more. Oh, you get more money for like opening boxes and stuff.
Oh, all right.
And then they've did some like shop balances of like different things cost different things. So,
right.
But they did a lot. It's a lot more fun. We are noticing that we are getting top 10 way more. I don't know. I don't know if it's just because it's like normal Warzone and we were just always better at that we're ranking higher more.
Could be falling back into older good habits. Yeah.
Because typically Observatory is like a hot drop for people.
Right. And
every time that Luke, Rachel, and I hit Observatory, we've cleared it out. Like we were just ruining people's days up there. So yeah, it's a lot different. It's really fun. Like I'm truly enjoying the changes, and I'm hating certain other ones.
Right. So
Gulag's 1v1, which sucks.
I heard about that.
I'm kind of upset by that, but it makes sense. And the Gulag field is smaller.
Okay, that's good.
It's the same field, but it looks they've like built fake walls.
So is it still pistols?
No, it's like normal.
See, I loved the whole pistol aspect. Because something I realized is once my internet got better, it's still not good, but once it got better, I can just destroy people with pistols.
Yeah. And so you get a primary, and then you get a pistol as your secondary. So
it's actually been to the point where I've considered building an entire build around the pistol, like doing a sniper pistol build. You could always do the auto pistol or deagle, but the problem is deagles don't. They're just, I don't know. They're not that good.
Yeah.
But if you give me a P80 or what is it called? P20?
P90?
No, I'm talking about the pistol. P20?
Oh, I think, yeah.
Whatever it is. Yeah, the two single fire pistols, man, I can just wreck people.
And then they took the warden away and they brought the flag back.
Oh, okay. Which I'm okay with that too, because I never even fully understood the warden.
But it's a lot different. Rachel's actually better at it. So she played the original Warzone just a couple times.
Right.
But I think her brain was still trained for that.
Yeah.
Because that's what she was used to. And so when they changed it, I just think because we're back to what we're all familiar with, it makes it a lot easier to play.
Yeah.
Because when we were playing, we were in like the top 5 almost every game we played.
Except for one.
Except for one, yeah.
That was real bad.
Well, we're going to have to get her. Have you gotten your first win yet?
No.
So close.
All right, tonight.
Second place every time.
Yep.
All right, got second place. You guys can't go to bed until we get our first win.
All right, let's go.
I want to sleep.
No.
You're off tomorrow. Be quiet.
Yeah.
All right, fine. You go to sleep. He'll play on your account.
No.
Yeah, there we go. I'll get her a win.
I got to keep the kill count.
No, it doesn't count for multiplayer. It only counts. Or
it doesn't count. And there's no way he's going to get 69 plus kills
in Warzone.
Yeah.
But yes. So you and I, as soon as rank play came back, I was like, "Oh, Dan and I are gonna tear it up."
So one thing in the first Modern Warfare, they had the 2v2s.
I want those back.
I want those back too. Yeah, I was going to ask.
I think that's in the. I think that's in the roadmap.
Okay.
Because I saw something for tournament play again.
I love those. Those were so much fun.
And
you and me and Bunchy.
Yeah, we wrecked it, man. We tore up those fields.
Yeah, and I love that they. So what was it? They had like seasons that were specific for that, and you get a reward at the end.
Yep, you would get like a blueprint at the end of it. Yep.
Well, the one I know was a charm. It was a diamond.
They changed it up. Yeah,
and I use that all the time because it was just cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's my update on Warzone. I wasn't really going to talk about stuff like that today, but I'm really excited. I've really been having fun playing it.
Well, and so it's funny. So I've been playing a lot of Hogwarts Legacy, and then I've gotten back into Hunt Showdown. But I only play Hunt Showdown with my buddy Carnage, and so I don't play it by myself.
I want to play it, but I don't have it on PC.
Eventually, once this podcast is making enough money, what we're going to do is we're going to get you a nice gaming setup for PC, like a laptop like mine. And then we're going to do live broadcasts of us. I've had so many ideas for co-op streams where it's more than one person on one channel. Because I guess Twitch has now brought in some type of multi-stream like Mixer used to have and technically Twitch used to have. But I've had so many ideas for...
Where you can switch feeds back and forth?
Yep, where you and I would be literally... I could get into the technicalities of it. I've designed it so many times. I've even actually gone through and created all the layouts for it. And I'm like, maybe one day, and I ended up getting rid of them.
I don't think people are ready to see how good we play together. Like, when we boast about us playing together, it's not just something that we, like, think of ourselves.
Yeah.
We've had people literally ask us to join their games to help them get better at Call of Duty. Like,
every time you and I play Warzone together, like the next day or within the next week, I have like 6 clan invites.
Yep. I'm always, every time I get off, it actually happened for the first time when I was playing with Luke.
Mm-hmm.
I told Luke as soon as I got done, I had a party invite from a guy I killed.
That happens.
I was like, "Can you join
far
me,
too
please?
often.
I want to play." I told Luke about it the next day, and he was really mad he didn't get one. I was like, "Dude, you're."
So I'm cool with just talking about Warzone and Call of Duty for a little bit. I have been, as you know, grinding for all the skins.
Yep.
But obviously, since Hogwarts Legacy came out, I haven't played any Call of Duty.
Yep.
And the grind is starting to get real. I didn't expect this, but some of the SMGs and assault rifles are the most annoying grind for me. I think I've done all the LMGs now, platinum. I've done the snipers, marksman rifles,
Is it the long shots?
battle rifles. Yeah, so you wouldn't assume that it's that bad, and especially with SMG. So SMG has all their guns have the least amount of levels. So most of them cap out around 13 to 16. But there is like the Boss P, horrible gun. And I think it's called the Vesnez or something like that. It's also an SMG.
It's the AK-47 9mm.
Maybe it is. I don't know. But it's also a horrible gun. And so, man, boy, howdy, it's been a grind. Also, you love the stubby or the STB for those. I did. I'm not a fan of it. I think I got that one done to gold.
I still like it, but I've stopped using it. I've been using the TAC 56 more.
What's the max ammo? TAC 56 is good. If I'm going to go with
stubby, the max capacity is 45.
I think that might be
40.
I think it's 40.
You just started using it recently, so you would know better than I would.
And I don't even think, I think you have to unlock
Maybe it's 42.
It might be 42 because I remember there was a gun that had a really weird extended ammo mag that
I just like the accuracy of it. It's a very accurate gun. It shoots really fast. It's basically an assault rifle that acts like an SMG.
Right. I see. Now, if I'm going to go with Stubby or the MX-9, I'm going to go with MX-9.
Right. She runs the Stubby and MX-9, so she got best of both worlds. Yeah. Man. She's just going nuts.
And I understand. So going through and doing a lot of these, I understand why people use the RPK and the what's the assault rifle version? Cast off.
There's so many. There's like 3 different cast offs.
Is there?
Yeah, there's the cast off 7.62, 5.45, or 4.54.
4U.
Yeah, the
7.4U is like that's the SMG.
No, that's an assault rifle, but it's like in an SMG form. There's like 3 different cast offs.
I saved the assault rifles for last because I figured it's going to be the easiest. And I think a lot of them will be. It's just the ones what I try to do so that way I can make the grind as enjoyable as possible is I try to figure out which ones I think are going to be the worst to do. And I do those first. And then I do the easy ones at the end. So like I'm saving the M4 for the last because I know that's the easiest.
That'll be,
I already have it to level 20 just from DMZ alone.
Yeah.
Like I never used that gun.
Rachel leveled it up in like a day. It's so easy. Like,
oh yeah, it's insane. It's funny. So I think they patched it out now, but there were certain skins for guns that you could kill AI and get it. Oh, that is a thing. So I got, I think it was one of the skins for the M4. I unlocked it. It's like the 3rd one. But if you look, I only have like 4 kills with the M4 because it doesn't count unless it's a human. Even though I have the gun max level and I have one of the skins for it, which is like, I think 15 kills from behind or something like that. But I only have 4 of the 50 required kills for the first skin, which means at one point in time, I picked up somebody's M4 and killed people with it.
Nice.
That's it. Or maybe I killed somebody in DMZ with it.
Nice.
But
I am annoyed.
Okay.
Because DMZ updated.
Okay.
And they reset all the missions, which I figured they were going to.
Right.
They made them easier.
Okay.
But, and I have to double check, but I'm pretty sure they took away my gun that I got from the chemist. Because I still have it.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure when it updated, it took it away from me. I have to double check.
It'd be weird.
The M13B or whatever it is.
I bet you. So I don't
like the actual blueprint, like the contraband version of it.
If you are a DMZ player, then this is a little bit of a good information. Now, it might not still be active, but if you are like me and you run out of contraband slots for your weapons, you can actually store more, or at least used to be able to, more than what it allows. So you're allowed to hold on to 20. All you have to do is take one of your insured weapons, replace whatever contraband weapon you have, and then remove your insured weapon. And now you'll have 21 of 20 slots filled.
Yeah.
So like the last time I was playing, I think I was at 28 of 20 slots filled.
Wonder if you still have those.
That's what I'm curious.
Yeah.
We'll have to check tonight.
But yeah, now I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
I think ranked Warzone will be sick. I think that'd be so much fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited, but it's going to bring out so many tryhards, but I'm also going to be one of those tryhards. So it's like...
Well, I was telling Luke, our first game that we played together of the new Warzone, because all the people who... The new season started, so all the sweaties are in the game. And so I wasn't ready for like all the drop shotting and all the like jumping around and shooting.
Yeah.
So I probably died like 11 times the first round.
Yeah.
And I told Luke, I was like, Luke, now that I'm expecting this, because I forgot, like I wasn't going in like ahead of time, we got second place the next game. So I was like, because I was able to combat him now.
Right.
As soon as somebody goes down, I'm like, okay, you're dead. It's like,
this is something I hope eventually we'll see in a future Call of Duty, but I think they're too afraid to veer away from it because they're worried that it's going to kill their player base. Jump shooting, drop shotting, 360 no scopes, all that kind of crap, dive shooting, that needs to go away.
I don't even think Battlefield does all that.
No, because it's not realistic.
Yeah.
Especially jumping. To jump and shoot a gun accurately at the same time is the most asinine concept. Or to lay down quickly and shoot your... Now, that's more possible, but...
What I always love is when I see multiplayer, you could tell when somebody only plays multiplayer.
Yeah.
And then they go in to play Warzone, where you have to kind of have some kind of like strategic aspect to it. And then they just die super quick because they're trying to play it like multiplayer. And it's no, you can't do that.
You're just bum rushing.
You're going to get sniped in the face 100% of the time.
Yep.
Like,
another thing I would love to see Call of Duty get rid of, and I don't understand how people do it, but you'll see these people do the most insane superhuman jumps ever. Like they'll open the door and then jump from outside the door across the entire room, shooting you the entire time.
Yep.
And I'm like, how do you jump that far? Like, it's some combination of buttons. It must be to do that because I cannot figure it out. I could, like, when my guy jumps, he jumps like I jump in real life, like weighed down by his weight. He's getting a little bit off the ground. I mean, I have a pretty good jump, but
so
not Kenyans jumping over alligators. That sounds racist.
So Rachel, how have you been like Call of Duty? Because this is your first experience with like something that's not a farming simulator.
I mean, I really enjoy Call of Duty.
She does pretty good most of the time.
She's been getting the last couple of Warzone games we've played, she's been like averaging out at like 5 kills.
You know what I'm excited to see is when we finally get her first win, what are they going to say about her? You know how the team, it breaks down like what their position was. It gives them that cool little name.
Went down a lot of times but never was out of the fight. That one where it says they had to be revived again a lot of times.
Oh.
That's me.
That's probably Rachel.
That's me.
No,
So I always get Hunter.
Rachel does a lot of revives though.
I do.
She does. So I always get Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Luke always gets Supplier, where he supplies like the armor, the ammo.
I get the looter one usually.
Yeah.
Or the assist one, because I do get a lot
but
of
I do think Rachel would be the
medic.
Down but not out.
Could
whatever
be.
that one is. Down but not out.
I don't know. So that's why playing with her
Although, to be
works.
fair, when we play with her, she's alive longer than us half the time.
Right. That's what I was going to say is when we play with her, we have, if you were to think about it in like a strategic, if you were setting up a team, this is why we really need another fourth person who is something specific. I love Luke, but Luke doesn't have a specific enough play style.
Sniper.
Correct. But what I'm saying is
he's more of a stealth. Like
that's a
skill.
Well, right. So you and I are assault because I'll snipe all day. I love sniping, and I love doing the assault.
Yeah, we definitely assault.
So we're the killers.
Yeah.
Rachel is she'll gather a lot of stuff, and she'll come in and do revives and all that kind of stuff. So
Which
she's
classified as a medic.
Right, and she calls out like crazy.
Yeah.
Like she's super helpful in that way. And I'm not saying anything negative about Luke.
No,
Sorry,
no,
Luke.
no. So Luke, I would say Luke is more of a support role.
Right.
Because if you and I are pushing a building and he's posted up somewhere with a sniper, he's got our backs all day long.
Yeah.
He's not going to get down to us quick enough to help us if we're really pinched.
Right.
But he's definitely a support. So he's the one that carries all like the he typically carries all the kill streaks. He carries all the munitions boxes, armor boxes. He's basically our pack mule.
So Luke is also the most likely person to jump out of a car into enemy fire.
To save himself.
Well, to save himself, but ends up dying because we like hit a small rock and veered off of it. And I'm the most likely to drive us directly headfirst into death.
Yes.
So, because I've done that way more time. Oh my gosh. I wish we would have had it recorded because I'd play it right now. But when I was driving the boat.
we were talking. Was that today we were talking about that?
I think it was.
Yeah, we talked about that after church today. We literally were talking about how because I said I don't. I was talking about how I don't purposely try to get Rachel killed. Like I would never do something to actually. So I only do that to Luke. He's like, oh, he finally admits it. But remember when we were playing that it was that same map and I shot the glass out in airport under him and he fell and he lost it.
Yep.
So he got super mad at me. I was like, you didn't die, Luke. He's like, no, we ended up dying. I said, but that was Dan's fault because he ran me into a Claymore.
First off, that wasn't my fault. It was, okay.
What do you mean that wasn't your fault?
To set the scene, all right? We're all in a boat. We were leaving the airport. People were shooting at us. We were going to a loadout drop. Now,
where people were, guess what? Shooting at us.
Nobody was shooting at us when we approached the loadout drop. People were shooting at us from behind. Anyways, as we approached the loadout drop, which is on the beach, I just rammed the boat straight forward. Before we breached or beached, whatever the right word could be.
I slipped off the front of the boat.
You were,
and you pushed me.
You weren't sitting down.
You pushed me.
You know when you go to a theme park and they say keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle? You don't do that.
You pushed me.
You were standing on the front of the boat.
You were standing.
I saw this Claymore. I tried to jump off before you hit it, and you pushed me into it anyway.
That was what made it so funny. You jumped off before we reached the beach, and the boat just shoved you face first into that Claymore, and then your guy went around the box into another Claymore and then another Claymore to die. And I couldn't stop crapping my pants laughing. It was so freaking funny. And then the rest of the people hunted us down.
Luke got so quiet.
He got so mad.
He was so mad at us.
But you and I were just cracking up.
I lost.
We were laughing. Rachel, you and I were just laughing so hard.
Luke had literally just got done saying that you yell at us all the time when I get you killed. And I said, no, I don't. And then I went off on you for the stupidity that you pulled.
It was still your fault. Who jumps off a boat before it beaches?
Typically, you break.
No, I go full
You had
force.
Luke-
break a boat that's
You had
flying.
Luke, Rachel, and I all saying, Dan, what are you doing? As you beached us.
I said we're going to the loadout. Here's what would have happened.
We went to the loadout.
Yeah, because guess what? The boat never blew up. So we would have gone up there. It would have blown up the Claymores. And we would have scattered like ants and then eventually died altogether. But instead, you died to the Claymores. Rachel was very confused by the entire situation. She got killed on the boat. And then Luke and I ran off and got hunted down.
She's like, I don't know how to get out of this. She's just switching seats in the boat.
It was. All the explosions were happening. I started getting shot at. I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
Rachel was playing musical chairs while we were all getting shot at.
What's insane is somehow I lived the longest. I had no armor plates, and as we were leaving the airport, I got all my armor plates sniped off, and nobody else got hit but me. And I'm like, of course. And then somehow we beach, and I'm the only person who survives long enough to just die laughing.
But you have tears in your eyes.
I couldn't see anything. I couldn't see anything.
Oh, that was
I was
so much
just
fun.
running around knowing people were shooting at me, and I was just like a little bunny rabbit jumping, not firing back because I couldn't see where the shots were coming from.
Oh, man.
All right, y'all. That's going to be the end of this episode, unless you have anything else you want to add.
Nope.
All right. Again, if you are watching on YouTube, make sure that you do all the things and then click the other things and then hit the share button and send it to your friends and family. Tell your grandma about us. She would love to see us. If you're listening on Spotify, rate us 5 stars and Apple Music and all that stuff. So that way people,
Yeah,
you know,
5 stars good.
Yeah, 5 stars very good.
5 stars very good.
But yeah.
What's my line? Stay dangerous, folks.
Stay toasty, my friends.
Bye.
Bye.
Can't say that. I'm here. Say that.